Alrighty, folks. Thank you so much for hanging out while we got this next game set up here. If you were with us for the last game, it was hosted by myself, Vani, and being run by Ozmourn with commentary by Blackheart Wings. And guess what? That's the exact same scenario we've got for this one here, only this time we're playing Lovely Planet, which looks very cute and adorable, but has much of a different vibe from Crow Story, from what I understand. And Oz, I want you to go ahead and explain to folks exactly what they're in for here with this run of Lovely Planet.
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction, Bonnie. Hello, everyone. I am once again Ozmourn, and we are playing another very cute game, but one with a very different vibe. It is called Lovely Planet. Before I get into that, Blackheart Wings, if you want to introduce yourself again.
Hello! If you missed me before, I am Blackheart Wings. People also call me Gabby. So if you're seeing people refer to Gabby in chat, that's me. I was here for Crow Story. I'm here for Lovely Planet. I'm concerned because with you saying that this is a very different vibe, considering how how sweet and nice Crow Story was. One fear.
Yeah. So this game looks cute, but like when you're playing it, it's actually a really hectic speedrun. Arguably one of the hardest speedruns that I've ever done in my life. It is a precision first-person shooter, which you will see what that means once we get into it. You heard of precision platformers and then first-person shooters, but we're going to combine those two things together today. And so timing is going to begin when I enter the first level, and once I do my first input right here. So time is going to begin in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh wait, actually, sorry. Restart the timer. Apologies. There was one specific setting that I absolutely need to do for this run that I completely forgot. I apologize. There we go. So sometimes you have to turn on and back off the VSync in this game, and that's because it'll allow you to have a little bit more precision here. So I am going to and sometimes it just doesn't work when you reload the game. So I forgot to do that. Big apologies. So timing will begin again once I go into the first level here. So 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so Lovely Planet, as we said, is a first-person precision FPS, and in each and every level, you can see that all of these red guys, these red enemies, all you have to do is kill all of them before you can move on to the next one. There are the rectangular ones that they don't do anything to you. Then there are the square ones that will shoot bullets at you from their mouths. You can either shoot them or you can shoot the bullets that they're shooting. If your bullet hits their bullet, they will die. So that's a very nice mechanic we're going to be seeing here first. And you're going to be seeing me do this a lot, where I don't go on the beaten path. I will go off the beaten path and actively just shoot from large distances away, like that. When you see that my gun lights up with yellow and blue stars, that's how I know that I've killed the enemy, so I don't have to wait to see them die. And this level is a very nice one. These two enemies will actually just end up shooting themselves, and both their bullets will cross paths if you just walk forward. Because they don't have to your bullet specifically doesn't have to hit their bullet. If their bullets hit themselves, and then that also counts. So as you can see, this is quite the different vibe from Crow Story already. Wouldn't you think, Gabby?
Yeah, I see. I understand now. Couple questions right off the bat. One, what kind of gun is this?
Oh, that's a great question, and I wish I could answer it for you. I don't it's not like an AK-47 or a regular handgun, but this is just a gun that exists in this fantasy world that I don't even know why we're in here. This game doesn't really have a story. You're just kind of going through.
You're just kind of going. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Interesting. Okay. Only the red ones?
Only the red ones.
Because I noticed that there were some gray black ones, just kind of.
These guys?
Yeah, right there.
You only have those are civilians. If you kill a civilian, you have to start the level over.
Oh.
Yes. So you got to be careful not to have your bullets hit theirs. And if a bullet from a enemy hits a civilian, you also have to start the level over. Any civilian that dies, you'll have to start the level over. Excuse me. Come on. There we go. Perfect. That guy at the end didn't quite die there. Do you have any more questions?
Not at the moment.
I do.
Yes. Money?
Where's your health bar?
Ooh, great question.
There is no health bar. The moment that you get hit or a civilian gets hit, you have to start the entire level over. Like there's no health bar. You the one hit and it's done.
Okay, I notice you're exiting the level by hitting that lavender beacon, and I see it's active. What happens if you try to hit it when you haven't cleared the level yet? Nothing?
It will say level failed, and you have to start the level over.
Oh no! Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are 5 worlds in this game. Right there was Lovely Fair, and then you have to do Lovely Carnival here. So Lovely Carnival, you can also see that there are these apples that are flying through the air. You also have to shoot the apples. The apples will be on this like little pedestal, and if they land, and they will like get shot into the air. If they land on the floor, you have to start the level over. You have to shoot the apple out of the air before it hits the ground. You can see that that was represented by the no littering sign that was in a level that you saw earlier. But sometimes we do like little tricks like we just saw right there. You saw that those apples over there didn't end up getting shot out of the ground because we did a little skip that allowed us to like go around the trigger for those apples. And you're gonna be seeing me do that pretty consistently throughout the rest of the run. Excuse me, thank you. And you can see that a lot of times I can just like spam my bullets. I don't necessarily have to like be too precise with my aim, unless you're playing 100%, in which case the requirement for 100% is you have to have 100% accuracy in all levels. We're not doing that category, thankfully. We're doing all levels instead, which is a much more fun level. And I'm going to mention this now because I have a feeling a lot of you haven't noticed it until I will bring it up in like 2 seconds. Gabby, do you know where my crosshair is?
Oh gosh. I could not tell you.
Yeah, this game does not have a crosshair. And however, I will say it is not what it looks like. I am cheating a little bit, and I'm using an acceptable third-party software to make a crosshair appear on my screen. However, there are people who run without a crosshair, and those people are masochists and like to suffer. Because this game is so much easier with a crosshair. However, I will say one thing here is that even with a crosshair, sometimes it is still really difficult to aim because the bullets do not come like out of your camera like it would in a normal FPS game. It comes out of the end of the gun you are using, and so all of your shots are going to have a slight left angle to them, and so you have to aim slightly to the right of anything you're trying to shoot. Which is really annoying.
Yeah, it did seem like what you said about the bullets coming out from your gun as opposed to like some. That seems the game looks like that's how it functions. Which there's that, but no crosshair. Oh man.
Yeah. All right.
Now, one thing I would like to know, I see every time you kill an enemy, there's some text that pops up in Japanese, like their death rattle. Do we know what they're saying?
I do not know what they're saying. There's a lot of Japanese text in this game. Oh my god, wait, what happened? Oh my goodness, I've never missed that apple before. I wish I knew what they were saying. I'm sure that like if I took the time I could be able to translate it and get that information for you. But I actually do not know what they're saying. One of these days I will though. And I'll have to get back to you on that.
Are you also like hopping on some of their heads? Like, is this a Mario Bros situation, or are you actually shooting them?
So sometimes I jump on their heads and then I shoot them. You see that I'm like jumping on some of their heads. That's only because I need to use their head to get a specific platform. I still have to shoot them.
Gotcha.
So I will. Excuse me, sir. Please. Thank you. My goodness. And Lovely Carnival is a pretty difficult level right here. This particular level, there is an apple that will get like shot out of the ground the moment that you load into the level, and so you have to like be really fast on your feet there. And so one thing I love about this game is just all the skips that you can do, like this one that I'm doing right now, and the skip all that platforming over there. And a lot of the movement that I'm doing is very calculated, because if I accidentally go too far in one direction, I might accidentally trigger. Oh, what? Oh my goodness. I didn't even see where that bullet came from. You can see that a lot of the movement that I do is very calculated, because I have to make sure that I don't accidentally activate the triggers for some of the apples. Like this one. Jesus. Okay.
Ooh, that one was being rude.
That one is being rude. Typically, I don't activate it, but I actually did today.
You were giving us the example.
Exactly. As you can see. But then normally you can just go across without having to activate them. And we're gonna do a nice little skip here. Going across here, shooting this guy, using this sword as a platform to go up. Perfect. And boom. I absolutely love this level. This is like one of the levels that I think is really satisfying to do really quickly. This game is kind of like meant for speedrunning in a certain way. If you're like me, you just like really like difficult stuff like this, and so being able to do it but do it fast. This game is kind of like Celeste in the sense that like there are no glitches in this game, but like just doing the game fast and doing it well is already impressive in and of itself, even if there's not like any huge any huge glitches to be done. As with most like games.
I was gonna say, I noticed that on screen you've got that timer, and then when you load up the next level, I see that shows like a world record. So obviously the game is mindful of completing each of the levels as quickly as possible, and then keep track of it and recognizing it and such.
Yes, very much so. This game, ever since it came out back in like 2012, has had a huge community for individual levels, because it's kind of built to be that way. And so absolutely love that. And so right here we are doing Lovely Forest. You can saw that I shot that enemy through the wall there. You can sometimes do that if the enemy is close enough to the wall to make that happen. We get introduced to a new enemy, which are these enemies with hats on them. If an enemy has a hat on them, shooting their bullets will actually not make them die. The reason that is because their bullets are actually homing bullets. They will continue to follow you until they hit you. And so you cannot just shoot their bullets, you have to shoot them as well. But you also have to shoot their bullets, because otherwise they'll just follow you until they hit you. So that is something that's pretty annoying in this next level, especially when you're learning to run for the first time. Because especially in comparison to like the other enemies that we were first introduced to, where you can just shoot their bullets. You don't have to go all the way up to them, or you don't have to like aim to them specifically to kill them. You have to, for these enemies, you do though. And I would say that Lovely Forest is where the difficulty is very much ramping up in this speedrun. We're going to be doing a lot more tricks. Ooh, I accidentally didn't jump there. A lot more tricks and a lot more precision stuff here.
So we have a message in chat that says, according to Google Lens, one of the things that the text says when you hit a baddie is defeated. So I guess it's just letting you know that it's down. Oh
yeah, that's good to know. It loses the fight gracefully, I will say. So I absolutely love these. You can see we're introduced to another mechanic known as the evil force fields, as I like to call it. I actually don't know what they're called formally. I don't think I've ever heard anyone like actually refer to them by a specific thing. And so like you can see that there are these rods that will activate a certain field, like so. If you're in that field by the time that it activates, you will be sent back to the beginning of the level and you have to start it over. So yeah, that's part of the things that make this level pretty difficult. Even then, I would say that like the two hardest parts of this game are in fact the last two worlds, Lovely Swamp and Lovely Mountains. Okay, I was very afraid that I accidentally shot a civilian there. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go.
Is the slime moving?
Yes, it is. You also have to watch out for the slimes sometimes. Some of these slimes move towards you. this level, you can kind of hit all of these enemies from up here. Perfect. Then go here to end the level. Yeah. There's not too many mechanics that are going to be introduced here in the next part of this level. So if Bonnie has anything that he wants to say, now's a good time.
Yeah, I sure do. Recently, I activated the chat command for donating here, and just wanted to remind folks watching that the donations that you make are raising money for Point of Pride. Point of Pride is a trans-led 501c3 nonprofit organization that has served tens of thousands of people, not only across all 50 states in the country, but in over 100 countries worldwide, by providing access to gender-affirming health and wellness services. Now, the money that we raise here will go towards various support programs that Point of Pride has, such as their HRT Access Fund, which is a scholarship-like program that provides 12 months of free medical care for trans folks seeking gender-affirming hormone replacement therapy via Point of Pride's telehealth partners. Now, if you would like to apply for one of these grants, one of their garment programs, if you want to get involved as a donor or volunteer, or just learn more about what they're about, I would ask you to visit their website, which is pointofpride.org. So definitely a fantastic cause that does so much for the trans community, and all of your donations here will be sent directly to them. And speaking of donations, we did just get one in here. It's a $10 donations from an anonymous donor that says, "These two games have been incredible. Thank you, Ozmourn. Put this to Trinaz Left's in virtual highlight," which is going to be the next run that you'll be seeing here being done by my friend Mechalink. If you have never seen this game, you are in for a treat. I think is the best way of phrasing that. It's definitely a video game that exists. So I encourage you to check it out. And Ozmourn, I'll toss it back to you here.
Thank you. Abby, how you feeling about what you're seeing on screen right now?
I have a lot of questions still. I do have an update from one of our friends in chat though, who says that every time you hit one of the bullets, it looks like the Japanese text says parry, which is cute.
Oh, nice.
I have a question about like these auras that are showing up.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? What is going on here? Like, I hear like it's like.
Yeah, those are the ones that, like I mentioned, that if you're in their like field, by the time that they activate, like once you get close enough to them, they'll activate like so. And if you end up if you end up in them as their rods turn red, you will end up dying and having to go back to the beginning of the level.
Gotcha. Okay. Does the weather have like any major like gameplay effects, or is it just so that the civilians can wear cute hats?
I never thought of it that way, but that might be a canonical explanation for why everyone's wearing hats, because it's raining. I actually never thought of that.
Oz.
I'm gonna be so real. I did not put two and two together there. I just didn't question the fact that everyone was wearing hats in this level.
You're like, guess we're doing hats now.
Yeah.
Now,
it is foggy.
Yes, I have a question. Do you upgrade your weapon at any point? Like, is there a BFG in this game or anything?
There is not. You use the exact same weapon throughout the rest of the game. It's just that the rest of the game just gets harder. So yeah, it is foggy. This is Lovely Swamp, and I can tell you right now, it is almost impossible to speedrun Lovely Swamp if you do not memorize exactly where everything is and what everything is going to happen. The reason I say that is because part of the mechanics of Lovely Swamp is that sometimes, out of nowhere, we'll just get bullets coming at you from no particular source, just coming out of the fog, that are homing bullets. You have to shoot them, but there are no enemy attached to them, so they will just come out of the fog. So you saw me shoot like 7 of them in this level alone, and if you like don't know that those bullets are coming, and you're just like reacting to them, you're gonna have a difficult time. And so that's part of the new mechanic that was introduced in this level. The other mechanic that was introduced to this level, aside from all the fog that we have, is that is that some of the enemies will also be like in pretty large distance from you, and also you have these enemies that are like spinning. Oop! I accidentally started the next level too early. And so you can see that some of the enemies are spinning. If these enemies are like finish their spinning animation, oh my god, are you kidding me? That was so rude. If some of those enemies finish their spinning animation, they will explode, and then you have to start the level over. And so you got to make sure that you kill them before they do that. As you can see here, some of these levels are like really rude and have like really tight corners around them. And so I would say that this is like, I know like Lovely Forest seems hard, but I feel like Lovely Swamp is where like the difficulty spike goes up tremendously.
Now, I will assume that the way that you fire your weapon is by your mouse button, because I hear you jamming away on it. Does this game have auto fire?
It does not have auto fire.
Lovely.
Yes. So it does not have auto fire. It does not have any like aim assist mechanics in any way, shape, or form. It is very heavy on the precision aspect of precision first-person shooter.
That makes sense.
Wow.
Yeah. It is a game that is meant to be really, really difficult. And so this is why I'm speedrunning it, because I absolutely love it. It's a bit of a different change of pace. We're going to skip most of the level here by doing that, because there's only actually one enemy that you need to kill. It's at the very end.
That is nefarious.
Oh, come on. I missed. Because you have to shoot him before you can actually see him, is the issue. Because he's an enemy that will explode, and he will explode before you have a chance to see him.
Oh, is that why they started vibrating? Because I noticed that some of like the stick-looking friends are vibrating.
Exactly. Those are the ones, yes.
Gotcha.
We got rid of that first enemy by having another enemy shoot him instead. Perfect. You can see that I'm like speaking a little bit less as the levels move on, only because a lot of these later sections of the game require a lot of precision and a lot of really tight movement here.
It's serious time, basically.
Serious time might increase as we get into Lovely Mountain, which is the next level after this. Ooh, I hate them when that happens. Even like for experienced players of this game, some of the movement. Oh no! Come on. Some of the movement in this game can be like insanely difficult for them. Only because having to be like really precise all the time, of course, is really difficult. Yeah, but I don't know if either of you have any other questions or comments.
Yeah, I was about to ask. I see you keep jumping into what look like golden eyelashes. I assume that's like a teleport device.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Okay.
These teleporting devices are just going to lead you to another teleporter. Right here, we're going to do a nice little skip here.
I'm so glad you asked, because I was also going to ask that question.
Nice.
Yeah, so these like nice little teleporters right here. And you can also see that we're ending certain levels. You can see that like we're ending certain levels before the apples fall on the floor. The only strict requirement for finishing a level is that you have to kill all of the enemies. You don't actually have to wait for an apple to like hit the floor or shoot it. As long as you finish the level before the apple hits the floor, the game will count it. So we take advantage of that every now and again. Excuse me.
Okay. Another question, and it was something we saw on screen maybe about 15 seconds ago, but it looked like it was an enormous statue of like an assault rifle. Did I see that correctly?
Yeah, that was there. I don't question it. It's just a nice little thing.
It just kind of exists.
It just kind of exists. It doesn't do much.
I guess it's a lovely assault rifle. I don't know.
It is a lovely assault rifle. Pretty much everything in this game is preceded by the word lovely.
Right.
So it is a lovely assault rifle. This is the last level of Lovely Swamp here. Oh, actually didn't quite get the last shot there on the apple. Excuse me. There we go. Perfect.
God, not to throw it back to like Brat Summer, but every time you say apple, I think of the song by Charlie XCX.
Yeah. That's Brat really put a dent on all of us, didn't it? Yeah, an iconic
Okay.
album.
So there's
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what is this like? Snow?
Yeah, so there it is ice. Essentially, if you land in it, you will be frozen for a few seconds, and then once you do that, you'll be able to move along. So I did say that in order to finish the level, you have to kill every enemy. I will admit that was partially a lie. For
Oz, I can't believe you
one
lied to us.
specific reason that is going to come up right now. So you're going to see me do something here. There's actually only one enemy in this level, and we're not going to kill it. Instead, we're going to kill a civilian. The reason that happens, and the reason that we do that, you can see that the level did count me as being cleared. The reason that we did that is because the game doesn't actually care if you've killed all the enemies. It just sees that you have to kill a certain amount of entities within the level, and in that case, the entity amount that we had to kill was 1. And so the game doesn't check to see if you killed all these specific enemies, it just checks to see that you've killed one thing in the level. So it can be anything. So you can see that we killed that civilian, and then all we had to do was finish the level. And so that's a very complicated thing for a thing that took like very complicated explanation for a trick that took like 2 seconds.
How did you find that?
Or
how was that found? I suppose.
I had an explanation for this. However, I will also say there's a second part to that trick that's actually makes it even weirder. The reason that it works is because typically speaking, when you shoot an enemy or when you shoot a civilian, it will actually immediately end the level and put you back to the beginning. However, in Lovely Mountain specifically, there is a 0.2 second window between when you shoot a civilian and when the game marks your progress as incomplete and you have to start the level over again. And in that 0.2 second window, I shot the civilian and then I ended the level, so the game ends the level before it realizes that I've killed a civilian. And I do that exactly twice in this run. One you just saw, and the last one you're going to be seeing me do at the very last level of the game. So that's a very specific trick that only comes into clutch like 2 or 3 times if you're a really good player of this game.
Okay, Oz. Okay, here's a question that I have. What is your player character's backstory? Like, what's their name? How did they get here? All that. Tell me about the character that you're actually controlling.
Oh, Vonnie, you're gonna be so disappointed when I say that I don't have the answers for any of them because none of those answers exist. The game doesn't explain who you are.
Make something up.
Make something up? Oh yeah. So I just like to think that you're like a space explorer who is like going through this very specific planet, realizing that there's a bunch of hostile enemies that want to kill you, and you're trying to find the lovely planet. Spoiler alert, I'm gonna stop the speedrun right now. You see that giant planet in the distance? That's the lovely planet. That is like a canonical thing about this game, is that is a lovely planet right there. And so
have we just been on moons the whole time?
Yes, we actually have been. That's actually like canonical. You're right. Those are the only 2 pieces of information that are like canonical about the game.
We've been fighting all this time for an enormous beach ball?
Yes.
Okay, I'll accept that.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a pretty noble cause, I would say. Okay, as you can see here, oh my goodness, I've never seen that go high before. So as you can see here, you were able to shoot a enemy that we teleported to. One specific mechanic about this game is that there are these civilians that are thin and blue, like, and rectangular. Like you saw, there were the rectangular enemies, but then right here there are rectangular civilians. Those are civilians you are actually allowed to shoot, and they will teleport you to the location of the civilian once you shoot them. As you can see here, I managed to shoot a civilian. that teleported me to there, and then I ended up shooting an apple that ended up getting triggered as I teleported. So you can see the delay from the bullets were able to shoot the apple as I was being teleported. Right here, come on, there we go. Did I get that? Okay, perfect. There's only one enemy in that level, and every now and again I'm really confused with that, whether or not I grabbed them. Okay, so this particular level has really precise movement here. Perfect. Wonderful. Because as soon as you teleport inside the room, there's 3 things you have to shoot in really quick succession. Ooh,
Okay.
did that work? Well, I want to see if that worked. Dang it, it didn't work. Okay, what do you want to say, Bunny?
Tell me about the speedrun community for this game. Is it large? Is it active? What's that all about?
The speedrun community for this game has pretty much existed ever since the game released back in 2012. And so this game was like featured 2 GDQs back in 2016 and 2017. And it has been featured since. And so I actually really like this speedrun. There's a lot of like, it's a very old school speedrun type game. And so I absolutely love the community behind it. Shout out to Pyron, shout out to Simga, and shout out to NB as well for all the work that they've done in this game and for having shown it off at previous events before. And no joke, for the longest time, in like 5 years, this game's community was kind of dead. And this is the first time that Lovely Planet has been shown off in a marathon in like 7 years. And so I'm actually really happy that we were able to show it off today. We're going to shoot this enemy right here, the civilian, end the level in the 0.2 seconds before the game realizes that we've killed the civilian. And timing will end at the very end of this path once we get to the end in the cutscene before the credits begins. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. So yeah.
You were not kidding about the vibes being so different.
Yeah.
Yeah. My goodness.
Yeah, you can see that it got like a lot harder. It's really hard to talk and play this game at the same time. Hence, you know, a lot of deaths that happened in Lovely Mountain. Surprisingly, I didn't have that many deaths in like the first 4 levels, but then Lovely Mountain kind of ranks up its difficulty so much that like I'm not surprised that I died a lot there. But like, absolutely love this game and the developers behind it, Quick Tequila. They're very supportive of the speedrun community as well, and I absolutely love the community that they've built in their Discord. So shout out to them. I will say, if you've loved what you've seen here, you can buy Lovely Planet, and you can also buy Lovely Planet 2 April Skies. You can buy Lovely Planet Arcade. You can buy Super Lovely Planet. You can buy I think there's a 5th Lovely Planet. There's like 5 Lovely Planet games. However, all of them are a little bit different than the others. Super Lovely Planet is absolutely not a first-person shooter at all. It's like a precision platformer, 3D precision platformer, where you play as a little ball and you're like a bouncy ball. And so there are very different games. I highly recommend looking them up and trying them out for yourselves. If you're interested in what you've seen here, you can join the Discord, streamer.com/lovelyplanet. There's a whole series of games. Now, I'm also really excited for their new game that they finally are going to be releasing after like years of not developing a game. Quick Tequila is coming out with a new game next year called Tamashika, I should say. And I absolutely love the vibes of that game. It's a bit different. It's another shooter, but it's a bit different from what we're seeing here. And so, yeah, I absolutely love this game with all my heart, and I absolutely love the community behind it. So yeah, thank you so much, Power with Pride, for having me back once again. I absolutely love running for you guys forever and always, and I'm really hoping that I was able to impress some folks in chat with this run. Again, if you want to follow me, I stream on Twitch. I stream Archipelago randomized with my friends, and I also am going to be potentially streaming some windblown attempts for that game that I'm going to be running at AGDQ 2025 in January. If you're at the event, please say hi to me, because I will be there in person. With that being said, Gabby, if there's anything else you want to say before we head out?
Thank so much for having me. This was a lot of fun. I love doing like blind commentary for you. It's great. We've done this 3 times now. Good fun. If you want to find me anywhere, social media is generally Blackheartwings. Yeah, I'm on Twitch. I don't use Twitter. I'm on Blue Sky, whole 9 yards. I've been streaming a lot of Dragon Age Veilguard. So if I'm playing it for the first time, we're having a great time. I'm a big Dragon Age fan. So if you're into RPGs, come and hang out in my chat. I also speedrun Stardew Valley, and I'm learning Dragon Age 2, allegedly. I've been saying this for like a year and a half now. I swear I'm learning it. But yeah.
She is. I promise that's real.
I promise that it's real. The story behind that's very complicated. It doesn't matter. Anyways, thank you all so much for having me. Let's keep raising money for Point of Pride.
Yes, I will say that's a lovely charity. I did a mutual aid event earlier this year for someone who was really in need of gender affirming surgery. Shout out to also one of the games, and so I absolutely love the support for this charity and the cause behind it. So again, shout out to everyone who has donated for that cause. Please continue donating.
Indeed. Well, again, Ozmourn, thank you very much for not only this run, but for the run right before it, which was extremely cozy and fun. And thank you, Blackheart Wings, for providing commentary for both of those as well. We definitely do appreciate it. And yes, that parting message there by Oz about donating for Point of Pride, we definitely want to have you help us out with that. We do have one more run today, and then a whole day worth of runs tomorrow, which will be the final day of the event. So still plenty of time to get your donations in and help with such a fantastic cause. So okay, that is going to do it for me here as far as hosting tonight. But if you would like to check out more of me, specifically with this event, I will be doing a run tomorrow. I'll be running The Adventure of Rika, any percent, tomorrow in like the late afternoon, early evening, depending on where you are. So definitely check that out, as well as everything else that we have going on tomorrow, as well as the final run of the night, which is it's a doozy. It is Virtual Highlight is going to be run by Mecha Link, and it's definitely an adventure. And taking you on that adventure is going to be our next host of the night, who is honestly one of my favorite people, especially when it comes to doing events like this with hosting. And that is my friend Sporadic Erratic. They are going to be your final host of the evening. And I am confident that they will do a fantastic job and keep you all engaged with what's going on. So that'll do it for me for the night. I will see all of you here tomorrow. And until I do, take care, everyone.
Thank you so much for that incredibly kind introduction. Give it up for Vani. Give it up for our previous runners. That was a lovely planet, was it not? I am your host, Sporadic Erratic, and I am absolutely thrilled to be here hosting for Fireside Pride 2024 once again. How are we all doing tonight? What's up, friends? Actually, tell me what time zone you are in. For me, it is evening, but I always love hearing about folks tuning in from all over the world, because that really is what the interwebs are all about. Watching fantastic speedruns, raising funds for charity from all over the world. We are here raising money for Point of Pride. Point of Pride is a trans-led 501c3 nonprofit organization, and they've served tens of thousands of people in all 50 states and 100+ countries by providing access to gender-affirming health and wellness services. The money we raise will go to Point of Pride's various support programs, such as their annual transgender surgery fund, which is a scholarship-like program that provides direct financial assistance to trans folk who cannot afford their gender-affirming surgery. Point of Pride is a fantastic organization. Please get your donations in. if you can afford to do so. In fact, we have a bid war for the very next run coming up, the one that Vonnie mentioned, Virtual Highlight. You're not gonna want to miss it. It's pro any percent random seed, we say, but we have a bid war where you can choose the seed for like the next 30 seconds. Like that. Not a whole lot of time to get those donations in. I tell you what, you gotta feel real strongly about it, because we definitely have someone who is way out in front. That's right. Cozy Winter is in the lead at $500. Now we have some incredible other seeds available here, including Translefs at $30. They're in second place. All right, we also have Thanks Pop, One Frame PS, and Mushy Pride. No donos have gone towards those so far. So if you are feeling strongly about it, if you have some funds to give to Point of Pride, and you want to change that seed, now is literally the time, because we need to know before the next run starts. If you have $501, you can snipe that right the hecky now. Also, I do want to remind everybody that when you donate to Point of Pride, you can put that towards both a bid war and an incentive. And we have a doozy of an incentive. We have an adorable, frankly, incentive that is open right now for Stray. It is Pet the Robots or Love Percent, and it will make the runner perform every possible nuzzle and snuggle interaction in the game. You know you want to see it. You know you want to see cute kitty cuddles. We are well on our way. Y'all have been fantastically generous. We're looking for $300. We're sitting at 158. So if you have the means, please get those donations. And remember, the incentives and the bid wars, they don't click on themselves. You gotta click them. So please do. Are we having a battle in the chat over what the best time zone is? West Coast, Best Coast, the end. I want to remind everybody, we also have a really awesome milestone incentive. Now, milestone incentives are different because you don't even have to click on this one. All you have to do is donate, and your donation will go towards this milestone. You take a look, we have already raised $3,378 for Point of Pride. Absolutely incredible. Now, what we're looking to do is to hit 5,500 by the end of the Sonic Origins run tomorrow. Now, I'm going to give you time sheet in Pacific time. That run starts at 3:33 p.m. tomorrow. So y'all have quite a lot of time to raise those funds. Any donation, all donations will go towards that. That is a milestone incentive. And if we hit that, it will unlock a Sonic Origins bonus run, all Boss Rush Amy Rose. So yeah, you have so many reasons to donate. Of course, the most important one being that Point of Pride is awesome. So how we all doing tonight? Chat, what has your favorite run of the day been as we are coming to the end of day 3 here? What did you enjoy watching today? I'm gonna have to go back and catch the VODs for Sound Shapes and Rhythm Doctor because I love both of those games. The Loom run was beautiful, as usual. Cryptic Nectar Dancer is such a bop. And I was all in on Undertale Yellow. Already impressed by the random seed? It's gonna take a look and see if anybody sniped that. Oh, you still have time. All right, I'm getting word. We're just about ready. Everybody. Yeah, that's right, teacher. You'd have thought. Everybody, bring the love, bring the hype. It's Virtual Highlight with Megalink and all kinds of really exciting commentators. Stay tuned.